Hi guys, I don't know if you can hear me, you can see me. Hi everyone, hey, thank you for joining me. For those of you who are joining me on live, hello, and for those of you who are watching me on replay, hello. I don't know if you can hear me, is my mic on? If you do come in, as usual, you know what to do. Press the like button as much as possible and comment below and let me know how you're finding today's message and how you're enjoying your days. Let me know. Fantastic, guys. I'm on time today, and I know it's a big deal. I'm on time. Okay, guys. So today's message is about decluttering. Okay, so when I say decluttering, we are coming into the end of the year. And for those of us who know what that time means, it just means it's that time of the year where you have to get everything in order, prepare for the next year. And there's not as perfect time as this. So we're coming up to November. It's the fall. You time to put everything that you don't need from summer in, and everything that you need for winter back in the front and in the forefront. So even the decorations are coming out. So you're restocking all your old Christmas trees, and you're bringing it here, bringing it in the living room. You're starting to decorate. You're making your list for Christmas presents, planning where you're going to spend your Christmas, and everything is all up in one. But most importantly, for us women, we are preparing for the next year, for our goals for the coming year, for things like if you want to lose weight, if you want to have a better financial situation, and kind of your aspirations, what your next year is going to be like. You're preparing for it right now. And as we did the series in October, preparation now is key. So it's literally this time of year, and this is the perfect time to talk about decluttering. Guys, if your year has actually started off well and it's continuing to be well, this is fantastic. But if you're like me, have had a few bumps in the road, and you want to make sure that 2017 ends with a bang, or you end it strong, and you want 2018 to not mimic the same mistakes, so you gathering all your knowledge, everything that you've learned, and kind of your mistakes, and then you want to go into 2018 more confident about this coming year, then this is the time for it. So decluttering. Whilst I was in my secret place and I was praying, and I was kind of gathering my thoughts, and I was asking God and asking for direction. I needed some clarity. I need to know where I'm going. I need to understand where I'm going in life. Again, preparing to enter this new kind of life that I've prepared for myself, my womanhood, and kind of understanding myself a bit further, a bit more. I was able to then ask God, what am I doing, and what's wrong with me? Why am I not getting the results that I'm looking for? And plain and simple, I heard this word from God, and I heard from my spirit, and it was like declutter. Decluttering is it was like declutter, because the Spirit of God cannot move in your life unless there's order. So it goes to, in general, nothing can happen in your life in chaos. God cannot manifest, cannot move. The prayers that you want, the things that you want to happen cannot growth that you seek cannot take place unless there's order. Okay, there has to be order. In order for anything to happen in your life that you seek, the change that you seek, in order for it to manifest, you need clarity, you need order. And this is this is the importance of decluttering. Decluttering means, throwing away. It means removing. It means kind of releasing. It means for those of us, just chucking the things that you don't necessarily need anymore. And this decluttering goes into several stages in several areas of our lives. You have decluttering in terms of your personal decluttering, your financial decluttering, your mental decluttering, your environment decluttering. And so what we're going to go into today is those 4 areas that I feel that we need to focus on and get that in in order for us to get some results on where we're looking for. So the first important area is your house. Guys, your house needs to be in order. And I know for one, when I'm depressed, you can tell I'm depressed because my house is a state. And I would not mind staying in that mess, because it's a reflection of how I am mentally. Okay. And my environment is exactly so. If I want to be able to get some results, I first of all fix my environment. I'll either clean up and tidy up and make sure the whole area is clean. I'll make sure my plates are clean. And I know that if my plates are not clean, the clothes are dirty, the sheets are not changed, the house is a tip, I get frustrated with myself, and it goes into, it's like it's the same spiral. I go into myself. I feel even more depressed. So it adds on to this depression when my house is not in a state of order. I get really discouraged. I get more depressed. I would just, it would just be more in the states. And I've learned to grow accustomed to it, and it's not good. So I can't ask for something new to happen, and I can't ask for, I know that when my house was a tip, I didn't like visitors over. I didn't like people coming to my house. I was just in a state. I would go out and come back, and I would just be like, this house is a state. And then I would just crawl up in a sheet and just pretend it will go away. And that is not a place, that is not how things will happen. You need to get your house in order. You need to get your environment in order. Redecorate. Get some new pillows down the pound shop. Put something fancy in. Get a new sofa if you have to. I'm looking to purchase a new sofa myself. When I get the cash, slap a new paint. Get some new pillows. Get a new bed sheet, guys. You say you don't have it, but if you just have it as an objective for you, listen, it doesn't have to be the whole house that you redecorate. It could just be your secret area. It could just be your room. It could just be, your living room. Get something, like flowers. Like I get my flowers every week from Marks and Spencer's, which costs £6. £6, guys. And it adds kind of a new vamp to the house. It gives a kind of new life to it. Do something about that will make you feel better about yourself. Your environment that you have, do something that will make it feel vamp. And this actually brings more, it brings more joy into yourself. You feel more at peace. Your environment is more, better, because you feel better when you come into the house. You have, and even if you go to Lidl's, this is where I get my stuff. Get to Lidl's, they have these sensors, like these things for the sense, for the house. Get those, plug them in, and have them, smelling nice. Create a harmonious atmosphere for yourself, guys. We have to, in order for us to feel good about ourselves, we start by our environment. Our environment are so key to everything. We need to make sure that this house is clean, not for everything that's happening around you. Could be, if everything around you in your life is falling apart, make sure it doesn't reflect in your household. Okay, try your effort to at least it doesn't take long, and I'm practicing this myself, to as soon as you eat, wash the dishes. I know my partner, goes into a state, but just washing the dishes, just because after a while it will just accumulate, and when you look at it, it's depressing. Just clean up the dishes after you. Just take a mop every time before you go to bed. Clean it up, sweep it up, and then that's another thing that you need to work, because your environment plays a nice, guys. I would encourage you to just do that before the coming year. Create a new environment for yourself, a new atmosphere for yourself that'll make you feel so much better. I assure you. And then the next area that I was to talk about in terms of decluttering is yourself. Guys, God cannot create anything. Nothing can happen until you declutter yourself. Guys, I said it last time that we are 3-part beings. Okay, and God resides in 3 areas. So the first part, and I'm going to give you my illustration here so you can see. So we are a 3-part being. So you have thank you, Jocelyn, thank you for joining us. You are a 3-part being. Okay, I don't know if you can see it properly, if my lighting is a bit off. So we are a 3-part being. Okay, and we are you have a body that's here. You have your mind that's there. And this is your spirit. Okay. So we are, oh God, I don't know if I can get a better paper. Okay, hold on. I'll try and do this envelope. Can you see this one better? Let me know if you can see this, guys, better. So you are a spirit. This is the best I could do. You are a spirit being. You possess a soul. And you live in a body. My pen gave up on me, guys. You live in a body. So spirit, soul, body. Guys, we are a 3-part being, yeah? Okay, thank you, Jocelyn. So it's a spirit, your soul, and your body, okay? This is where everything happens. This is where, when God said he created us in his image and in his likeness, this is what he's talking about, okay? This is where we create. This is where we're like God, we create. And if you want a new life to flow, it flows from here, from the spirit. Everything that was ever created is created in the spirit first. And then it appears in this physical realm, okay? This is where everything happens. And this is where God meets you. This is when you pray. This is basically where God resides in you, in your spirit. This is where he is, guys. And our soul, our mind, our emotions, this is us. This is the you in you. The one that sees through your eyes. The one that speaks. It's not your body, it's your soul. Okay? Come with me, guys. So from your soul is where you have your mind, your will, and your emotions. This is where it's kept, in your mind, will, and emotions. Your emotion is an indicator. It tells you stuff, how you're feeling and stuff. Most people work with their emotions. They don't work with their spirit. They work with their emotions. Your mind is where this is when you're thinking of creating stuff. This is where it happens in your mind. Okay. This is also where decisions are made. Your will, whether you want to do something or not. If you have a strong will, for someone who's stubborn, a strong-willed person, if you tell them to do this and they say no, irrespective of what's going around, they'll say no. That is where your will, this is what happens in your soul. And this is your body, your outer being. This is where you can connect with the outside world. Okay, guys, I'm a bit sweaty as well. So we are made of 3-part being, guys. And again, when I was in my quiet time, my secret place, I was asking God, okay, what's going on? And most of the time, he couldn't work. He said, I cannot flow unless you declutter. And decluttering starts with my inside person, with the person within. We are created to live a life from within, not a life from the exterior part. Most people live from the outside in. We're supposed to live from the inside out. It says, from the abundance of your heart, your mouth speaks. From within, do we create? Do we begin? From within are we who God has created us to be. Okay, guys. So from your within is where you need to declutter. Okay, and then it will reflect from the outside. So decluttering yourself means forgiving yourself from your past mistakes. Forgiving yourself from your past mistakes. Changing your mind, the way you see yourself. The problem with you is not your world. It's not everybody around you. It's not your boyfriend, your husband. It's not your finances. It's not your weight. The problem with you is your mind. The way you see yourself is the problem. The way you see what you have going on is the problem. Your perspective is your issue. Someone sees this cup. Oh, that's pointless. Okay. Sees this candle. So imagine it's a cup and it's got water. Someone sees it as half full. Others sees it as half empty. The way in which you perceive this cup is your problem. It's not the cup. It's the way in which you see it. Okay. If you have a negative, which is saying it's half empty, perception about life, about yourself, guess what? You create it more and more and more. And the way in which you stop that is by changing the way in which you view yourself, forgiving yourself forgiving yourself, guys. Forgiving myself for my part mistake. I remember holding on to a grudge or holding myself captive for something I did several years ago. I couldn't forgive myself. I hated myself for those things. And there's nobody that judge yourself more worse than anybody else, than yourself. Nobody's the worst critic than yourself. Nobody is more harder on oneself than oneself. So, if I tell you you're fat, if yeah, I know I'm already fat. Yeah, thank you. You've just confirmed what I already know. I don't even need to say anything else. You're already beating yourself. And sometimes some of us, we want people to confirm what we already think of ourselves. And we hold ourselves trapped. Oh, we can't do this. I can't do this because I'm this, because I'm that, because I'm broke, because of my finances, because I'm ugly, because I'm short, because I'm fat. Who told you can't do those things? You've actually created that for yourself. You said to yourself you can't create that. You are the one who made this law for yourself. The world did not say it. You did. So in order for you to go on and create the life or have the life that you desire, that you've been complaining that you're fed up about, God, you have to change this perception of yourself and change your words. You have to change this. You cannot create anything unless you change yourself. So first, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself on past mistakes. The way I done it is I wrote a letter to myself. I wrote it out and I said it out loud. Forgive others. I wrote a letter to the person. I wrote the person's name on top, and I wrote a letter and I said, do so. This is what happened. I was hurt by it, and it hurt me so much, but I forgive you. I release you, and I thank God for you. And I wrote my affirmation. So guys, at the end of this, I'm going to show you the tools to use to do this, to declutter. So forgive yourself and clean your thoughts. Clean your thoughts. Clean your self-talk. Clean your self-talk. The way in which you talk to yourself matters. I cannot stress this enough, because your self-talk is ultimately what is creating your reality. Clean your talk, your self-talk. And guys, it also matters to get in shape, which I have said I will be doing more regularly. But getting in shape, exercising, reading a book, building yourself up. But you need to declutter yourself from social media. Get off it sometimes. And I'm an addict of my phone and of social media, but we need to declutter ourselves from that. Declutter, release, let go, take a break, just, cleanse from inside out. A good method of cleansing for yourself as well is, which I've also started doing, is warm water in the morning with lemon and mint leaves and cucumber. I have this at least 3 times a day. Guys, it cleanses me from all the detox. Get some detox tea. Have a detox day. Detox your mind. Detox your heart from all these things that are just clouding yourself. When you're clouded, when your mind is clouded, you have no better judgment. You're unable to see clarity, see where you're going. So detox, guys. Detox yourself from all these toxic thoughts of yourself, guys. And just one moment. And then thirdly, your relationship. If you are in a relationship with somebody that you know for your fact is not adding any value to yourself, that be it friendship, be it family relationship, be it a relationship with a boyfriend or a partner, if it's adding no value, if this relationship is toxic, free yourself from it. There is no law saying that you have to stick with this person or this family member. I don't care if it's your aunt, your mom, your dad. Separate from that person. Reduce, if it's your family member, reduce the time that you spend with them. Separate yourself from those toxic people. These people are not adding any value to you. So why are you there? Why are you there? Why are you entertaining this relationship? Why? This person's only feeding a negative narrative of yourself. And guys, the words that people speak into our lives, if we do not cut it down, will be a seed sown into our lives, and they will bring forth fruits. And those fruits, guys, will create what we do not want them to create in our lives. So these negative relationships, cut them off. Cut them off. Cut them off. If it's your mom, reduce the time you speak to her. If it's your boyfriend, break up or stop certain things that you should know your limit. Your friends, there's certain friends you don't have to be friends with. But if you have to be friends with, reduce the time you spend with them on the phone. The gossip, the ones that are entertaining gossip, no, cut it off. If they want to say, those that talk negativity, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. If it's not feeding me anything, if it's not feeding me internally, I do not want to hear it. It's not providing me of any use. It's not benefiting me of anything. So I cut it off. Yeah? And then I only surround myself with positive people that are doing things. I like to be inspired. So I pay attention to things that inspire me, the things I look at, the people I keep around. Even my mum, when my mum wants to be negative, I said, no, mum, we're not doing this today. We're not doing negative talking today. And I have people as well, when I get into a frown, into a mood that is negative, they are quick to call me out of my nonsense. They tell me straight away, Andre Marie, you're supposed to be a motivational speaker. Why are you talking like this? Or you're supposed to be empowering. Why are you talking like that? And I'll be like, I catch myself. Guys, I'm not perfect. I am also growing. As we grow, so am I growing. So I've also put myself around people that speak positive things all the time. I listen to information that only feed that only reinforce that. I'm so blessed to have a partner who literally only tells me, who reinforces this positive affirmation. My mum, my daughter, I've taught her to be always into, reinforce that. So as well as I pour into her, she pours into me sometimes. Guys, it's important to have that positive environment as well. And then lastly, your finances. Yes, your finances. Decluttering your finances and facing your debt. Guys, I know I cannot be the one who will give finance advice, because I am also decluttering my finances. It's time to actually face them head on. Guys, if you're running away from any debt, unpaid bill, you cannot ask God for increase. You cannot be wondering why your business hasn't taken off. You can't be wondering why you are not getting the promotion at work. If you're not paying your rent with that money, if you're not investing that money, if you're not being a good, gatekeeper of the money, if you are not paying your bills and you have an eviction notice letter, but yet you're buying new clothes, why? Why are you doing that? If you're like me, you want to buy the latest purse, the designer clothes, but you're still in arrears in certain areas in your life. You still haven't paid your credit card bills. You're overdrawn every money that you get, you spend. You have this consumer mindset. No, get it together. 2018 is not going to change. It's not going to be different unless you get it together. It's not going to be any different than it was in 2017 if you don't get your finances together. Cut back. Be someone who has self-control. You cannot have the life you want. God does not operate in chaos, guys. He doesn't. You can't pray for increase. You can't pray for business to go up. You can't expect things to be on the rise for yourself if you've not been able to manage what you have. If you're still owing people, get it together. I need to get it together with my finances. I need to be real with myself. I need to sit in front of myself and say, look, you know what? We're not going to do this holiday. We're not going to do this. We're not going to go out here until we get this sorted. At least until we get everything on a plan. Cut back and don't be afraid to look at your advisors and call those people that you owe. Set up a payment plan if you have to. And also think prosperity. Think, how am I going to create more money? Don't think, oh, I'm broke, so I can't afford this. No. Again, it goes back to your self-talk. You're broke. What are you doing to change it? What are you doing to change this? Okay, you're in debt. What are you doing to change it? Are you continuing feeding this same narrative to yourself, throwing yourself a pity party? But yet, once you get money, instead of facing the problem that you have, you go and splurge it into more things that are more material stuff. I'm one of the person, I'm talking to myself as well, guys. I'm not talking to everybody. I'm not saying that my life is perfect, but you have to get stuff in order. In order for you to go into the next level of your life, you need to set order. You need to have order in your life. You need to have order in your finances. You need to have order in your relationship. You need to have order in your with yourself. Forgive yourself. You need to have order in your environment. Okay, life that you want to live starts from within. From within. You have to live from within. You don't live from outside. And in order for you to get the life that you want to live your best life, you have to first start with order. Okay, guys. So thank you for those who are listening to me. And the tools of the things in order for you to do those things. My first tool, I'd say, is write a list of the things that you need to get order with. Write those lists down. Write it down, guys, and set it clear before you finish your finance and your arrears. You contact those arrears, the debt collectors. Contact them. Tell them how much you can afford. Tell them your income and how much you can afford on a weekly or monthly basis. As little as you can, but get it in order. If it's your family or your friends, you need to cut off unnecessary relationships that no longer serve you or add purpose to you or adds value to you. You need to also reduce the amount of time you spend with them. If you can't cut them off, if it's family, reduce the time you spend with them. Reduce the amount of the amount of telephone calls. If there's no need to be on 2-hour calls with people that are only reinforcing gossip, it's not adding anything to your life. What you're only doing is making yourself feel good for a little while, but then what you're planting in your seeds, these seeds, is somebody's also going to talk about you again. So the person you're gossiping with is going to gossip about you. Trust me. And then yourself, learn to forgive yourself. Write down things, letter to yourself of forgiveness. Say out loud affirmations. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Forgive others. And say out loud, I forgive this person. I forgive. Write a name at the bottom. You need to cleanse yourself from all toxins that's in yourself. Also, the daily regimen of exercising and drinking warm lemon water. And there's also this pink salt that you get. There's also cucumber. Drink, cleansing yourself and your mind. Have detox tea. Detox yourself, your mind, your everything about yourself. Detox it. It's a detox. And if it means cutting down on the food that you eat, the portions, you need to detox. It makes you feel good about yourself, guys. Exercising also makes you feel good about yourself. And finally, your house, your environment. Put an effort in redecorating, buying new pillows, buying some sensors for the smell of your house. You know, candles also help. Flowers, I get these from Marks and Spencer's. They're very, very, very affordable. You know, redecorate, put some new pillows in your house, create an environment, clean after yourself, clean the dishes, don't leave the dishes like that, clean the countertops, clean the living room. Put an effort in where you live, guys. It's very important. So today's message was all about detox, declutter, and let go, and prepare to welcome everything that God has in place for you in 2018 from starting now, by letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Okay, guys, that is all from me today. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for engaging with me. And I pray that this actually been of service, it's been of value to you, it's added more, or if it's opened up your mindset on something. Thank you guys. All right, thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.